What's up, world? You are welcome to Nest Telly. If this is your first time, I am Nest. Welcome to this space. For coming here, you're going to learn about so many books, okay? And of course, if this is not your first time, thanks for coming back. It's good to see you. So today we're going to be talking about The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattle. Yes, Wallace Wattle. This book was written in 1910, so it's actually one of its kind. It does easily fall into the self-help genre. However, it's written by a Christian and it's not like motivational as it is inspirational. It is a book that tells you what to do and then how to do what needs to be done. But before we begin, I have to just say something. There is this very interesting thing that happens to a lot of us where we feel like some money is too much to have. Get to a point where you're comfortable with having money. Get comfortable with being rich or wanting to be rich. It is not a bad thing to want to be able to afford a good life for yourself, a good life for your family, a good life for your parents, your children, whatever. Even if it's just for your friends or just for you. Look, get comfortable with it. There is nothing wrong with aspiring to be rich. There's nothing wrong with aspiring to be with someone that is rich. Men, there is nothing wrong with wanting to marry a woman that has money. Women, there is nothing wrong with wanting to marry a man that has money. It just increases your chances, the kind of school you will go to, the kind of care you will get if you have a health problem, the kind of things you'll be able to experiment on, the kind of love you will have. I don't know, somehow the movies have made us to believe that, love is purer and stronger when you're broke. Honey, love easily jumps out of the window when there's no money. That's the fact, because all there is in the relationship becomes a lot of bitterness and poverty. Like, seriously, there is no need for you to marry someone and for the first 5 years you just suffer. Like, if it can be avoidable, take it on and go. Honestly, I've said my piece on this. Okay, so back to Wallace Wattle. He first of all starts by explaining that we have a lot of work to do on ourselves as to wanting to get rich. Now, he calls this science because he believes it's exact. Just like maths, 1 + 1 = 2. If you do this particular type of things, you're going to get money, you're going to be rich. And he talked about how the reason why some businesses, two people will be in a business in the same area and one will be doing very well, the other will not be doing very well. There is an exact science that person is applying that is making them to have more money than the other. And those things start from you. That's you, the business person, you, the worker, you, the person. Do you understand? So first of all, he talked about there are two planes when it comes to understanding creativity. Like I said, this man is a Christian. So he talked about how we should not, there are two planes. There's a competitive plane or the competitive method, and then there's the creative plane or the creative method. Now, I'm going to be using method. On the competitive plane, I think it's actually self-explanatory. It basically says that all you want to do is grab the one that somebody else has. It is dependent on a lot of envy, a lot of backstabbing. You do everything with your power to collect from somebody. So it's like you almost take on a godlike image where you feel like you can control what other people do. So you hear things like how you would do things like stopping someone from getting a promotion because you want to get it. Do you understand? You take on a god. That is actually not true wealth. True wealth comes from being working in the creative method, where you are the creator. You sit down and your wealth is in you. It comes with knowledge. It comes with being able to create something interesting, create something unusual, create something innovative. Do you understand? So it's like in that office, you don't have to stop someone from being promoted. Let the person get promoted. You will do your own that will make you get promoted, if not above that person. But you see, it's not even about that person anymore. You're on your own plane, you're running your own race, and you're doing your own thing. So it's basically the version of face your front. Sit down, don't they look at other people. Sit down, do your own thing, get creative, be excellent at it. Okay, so that's where he started from. There he talks about things like using gratitude. If you pray to God, if you're a Christian and you pray to God, or you are believing that you're going to get something, start living the reality of that thing happening. Do you understand? Like, start believing that, I want a new house that is pink. Start acting like you live in a house that is pink. So that if you're a Christian and you're praying, don't pray more than once. Pray to God once. The other times you're talking to God about it, thank God that you've received it because it has happened. Do you understand? That it only takes time, especially with the way you walk, with the way you do whatever it is that your hands are doing or your mind is doing, like whatever handwork or mind work you're doing, whatever work you do. Do you understand? Whatever it is you're doing, somehow that thing will come to pass. That's just how it works, according to him. I am so sorry for that crazy phone. Okay, so there's he talked about that. Then another one, I think the one that points out to me, which I'll say the last, is poverty, he says, if you're on your way to being rich, do not indulge in poverty. Not necessarily you being poor. Like, if you're poor, it's what it is. You're trying to come out of it, it's what it is. But don't even say, if possible, don't even get involved in charity, like charity organizations. Don't be a giver. You can give to people, you can do charity. I mean, personally, you can do personal charity for people. Do you understand? But don't sit down with people in organization describing the poor nature of poverty. Do you understand? Around the world, that it doesn't help your mind. Your mind needs to this plane. Let's wait for it to pass. Okay, so it has passed. So don't spend time sitting down and studying poverty. Don't go around. In fact, if possible, for the first, like, let's say 1 year in this your journey to being wealthy, stop studying the poor places in the world. Stop studying the cause, because it has a way of making you internalize it and start taking it as a reality, even for yourself. Same thing with a lot of negative emotions. If you're somebody that believes a lot that because of what you've heard for the past how many years, that men will always cheat on their wives, you internalize and agree, my man will cheat on me. And even when you marry someone, you get angry that they cheat on you, but you've been agreeing with yourself that it's gonna happen. Do you understand? So it's like all those things. Same thing with your children doing some certain things. Do you understand? It just like, if you look at your life and you believe that all girls, a lot of girls will say that you cannot be friends with girls. All the girls, they want to take your life away from you. You will end up with people that want to do that. Do you understand? Meanwhile, there are people that have great bonding circles with women, and none of that is happening. But somehow your own is always like that. Some people, since they're like 40, 45 years, and all the friends they've had since they're in primary school, and all of them have backstabbed them. Seriously. Do you understand? So do not be so taken in by the reality of the world. Don't focus on things like war, poverties, and riots. See, like, even the one in your immediate circle, don't even try to get involved in that. Do you understand? That believe and have faith that if that thing comes to you, like if there's something bad coming, let's say like what's happening with the dollar right now and the naira, when it comes to you, have faith that you're going to be able to figure out how to solve that problem. It is better than spending the next 6 months worrying, hey, dollar will soon be 1,000 naira, but dollar will soon be 5 million naira. Do you understand? So instead of focusing on what it will be and getting worried about that, because it takes away from you, it makes you very negative, and it takes away the thing that you can do to make you, first of all, grateful, make you rich. Do you understand? It takes that away from you. You're focused on that. But if you're focused on, okay, see, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it excellently, I'm going to do it well, and it's going to be beautiful. If you're focused on that more, whenever that thing happens with the money, you'll be fine. You'll likely be able to handle it no matter what. So that's it with this book. Wallace Water. This name is quite a mouthful for me. I don't know why. Wallace Water is wrote this book in 1910. I already said that. He was one of the first people to ever write what they call the self-help genre. He was called the one thought kind of man, also referred to as a Christian socialist. Now, I think a question I would like to ask is, what is there a government system that Christians are supposed to have? Like, if you've done any kind of research about Christianity all over the years, what kind of system would you say that we've run? Because he was attacked. He was somebody that was criticized a lot because he was called a Christian socialist. I'm like, is socialism not exactly, is Christianity not necessarily socialist in nature? Giving to the poor, taking care of, so like socialist is when everybody can pull their funds together and disperse, not equally, but where it seems fit for everybody according to the work that they bring. Do you understand? Is that not kind of what Christian? So, but he was criticized for being a Christian socialist. So, I don't know. I have a lot of questions with that. I don't know what to do. Anyway, enough about me. So, the man was somebody and he was called the one thoughts man. He was the first person to come up with the one thought. This book, I feel like a portion of it, like a chapter. The book was like 2 hours long. I listened to it on screen, by the way. It was a 2-hour long book. Just one chapter of this book, I think it was chapter 7 or chapter 8 of this book, feels like where the secrets. I don't know, I'm going to put the link to a secret somewhere here so you see it when I talked about the secrets. That book, The Secret, by Rhonda Bynes, I think that's her name. She wrote this book and it became such a big hit and all that. But I think that one of them, when you talk about like, seeing something happen and then believing that it's happened, is where this book came from, And I do remember when I read that book, like 3 or 4 people specifically came to me and was like, why would I talk about a book like that? Because I'm a Christian. So these are Christian people. They were like, why would you talk about a book like this? Someone actually said that, you don't know that woman is a witch. It's witchcraftery. believing in the universe, blah blah blah. I was like, look, I don't, but that's why I feel like when I was reading that part, I was like, so that's where this concept of The Secret came from. So it feels like whoever wrote The Secret, it feels like I'm not picked that particular chapter and decided to amplify it and turn it into this. But this book, I think, is worth the read. I think you should read it. And he also advises that you read it every other day, which is easy. It's a 1 hour book. On Script, there are like 4 or 5 different versions of the audio, and then there are several other of the regular written one. That's the e-version. So this book is wonderful. I think it's really good. So if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so that you get a notification anytime I make a new video. Every Monday and Friday there's a new video, and then share. Okay, and let other people know what's happening so that we can read and make our lives better. And we're still trying to get rich in September 2021. Thank you so much for watching. So until next time, look here and here. I'm sure that there's going to be a video available for you to watch, so please click and watch. Bye now.